After 20 minutes, the screen will stop, then you can press the next button. But you won't be needing the entire 20 minutes anyway. I'll make sure of that. You may get 1 or 2 essays, depending on how many summarized written text questions that you get. Within the 20 minutes, you must write an essay between 200 to 300 words. There is the instruction at the top of the page, the question below, the answer box where you write your answer. You have the word counter on the day, so you can write accordingly. Now let's have a look at how it's marked, its marking criteria. Essay writing is marked on 7 categories. 3 for content, whether you're answering the question properly. 2 for form, word range between 200 to 300 words. 2 for development, structure, and coherence, which basically means how you paragraph your essays and your logic behind it. 2 for grammar. 2 for general linguistic range, so that's your overall language skills. 2 for vocab and 2 for spelling. They look at quite a lot of number of stuffs, huh? Now, after many experiments, there were ups and downs, which I won't talk about in this video. I might make a separate video and cover the behind story at the end. I came to a conclusion that it's simply not worth it to invest so much time and money on PT essay writing. It's nothing like IELTS. It doesn't contribute to the writing section as much as I would have liked. The writing score algorithm is not simple, but I noticed a pattern after a number of trial and error, which led me to my conclusion. To be honest, for all my subscribers who have been waiting for this essay writing template and writing tips and tricks video, I'm sorry to tell you that essay writing in PTE is not going to drastically or dramatically change your writing scores or influence your writing score. Not that much. I strongly believe that essay, along with summarized written text and summarized spoken text, should only be regarded as minimal but solid writing points. As most of you probably know by now, most of the writing scores come from the high magnitude modules like write from dictation and reading and writing fill in the blanks. So what I'm getting to is that simply using my essay method or any essay method is not going to drastically jump your writing score. My students and I use summarized written text and summarized spoken text and essay as a stepping stone to get high writing scores and put most of our efforts in write from dictation and reading and writing fill in the blanks, especially for the 79 plus students. And if you're going for 50 points, let's say, for example, you wouldn't be spending as much time and effort in reading and writing fill in the blank compared to, let's say, a 79 plus student. So approaching essay in an efficient way is very important. My aim is to get maximum points with minimal effort. I made up my mind that learning how to write an essay properly for PTE, so what I've learned in high school and uni, simply isn't worth the time and the sweat. Please note that I didn't make these templates from scratch. There were famous writing templates on web. It's quite well known and a lot of people know it and use it. I just fixed a couple of the grammatical mistakes inside and changed it slightly to meet my purpose. And I'm just going to guide you how to use it. It is. Notice that the word count is, if you exclude the keywords, the blank spaces here, the word count is about 195 words. So if you include few nouns in these spaces, it will go over 200 words easy, so you're safe. I have changed the wording slightly, so no matter what kind of nouns you put in the blanks, whether it be singular or plural, it is always grammatically correct. So let's go through. So for a lot of you, hopefully this template sounds familiar to you. That's what I want. It's a quite famous template. You notice that it's different here and there. That's because of the mistakes it had and my intention. So for example, if we apply it to this question as a demonstration, so some people think placing advertisements in schools is a great resource for public. Choose which position you most agree with and discuss why you choose that position. So
I feel like I'm spending way too much time dealing with other people's problems. How do I set boundaries with them?
Think about problems and solutions, or I told you at the beginning of the video that my tactics are very clear. I'm not going to teach you how to write an essay properly, right? It's too inefficient in time-wise, because the amount of time that I tell you how to write essay properly and time it takes for you to learn and apply it, and the difference between using a simple, just a universal template that applies in most questions and you learning from scratch and learning how to write an essay properly, the outcome is not that different because the essay itself doesn't worth that much. So in this case, this is a discuss question and it's also asking for your point of view. So discussion means we have to talk about both sides. So we have to talk about the good sides and the bad sides. Let's see, let me show you. So the question is about, putting ads on school and additional funding. So the school is going to get money from that and benefit from that. But on the opposite side, people are worried about exploit children. So they are vulnerable. They might, if you put McDonald's ad on schools every day, and children might be susceptible and thinking that McDonald's is an ordinary food, a captive audience. And so captive here means it comes from the word capture. So the audience, the children are vulnerable. They might become like McDonald's slaves. Yeah. So corporate here means the company sponsors. In my example, it will be McDonald's. The main keyword I see is advertisements and then schools, for example. So let me show you a demonstration. A controversial topic concerning, now it would be better to use synonyms, but start off with just words directly from the question. So the controversial topic concerning advertisement in schools. Yeah, never fails to attract public attention. There has been a heated debate on whether I can put any now. There's something provide benefits. So instead of using advertisement, let's say ads in public schools. Okay, because they were talking about public schools here. Can provide benefits to our society or not. In this essay, I shall elaborate, blah, 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 blah. Let's move on to the first body paragraph. First of all, it is quite reasonable for me to believe that the idea of promoting, what's another word for advertisements? If you can't think of a word, yeah, just use advertisements again, but we can have commercials to students, because we're talking about school, there will be students involved. So promoting commercials to students provides several merits. The first point in regards to the issue is that the benefits of this topic, right? So what will be the benefit? It's earning money, right? Benefits of additional, let's say funding, okay? Have contributed to it. You can just say benefits of extra money or extra cash. That'll be the easier vocabulary, okay? But I chose to do additional funding. Have contributed to the advancement of the subject. I'm going to put two examples here. Something and something would be convincing in examples. So let me think of an example. Let's say no capital letters after semicolon. Spending that money on new computers, for example. Okay? Spending that money on computers, on new computers. And replacing old equipment, let's say. I thought of two examples. Sorry. Spending that money on new computers and replacing old equipment would be convincing examples to name but a few. As a result, something can be beneficial. The biggest advantage here is the money. So profits from advertisement can be beneficial for both old and new generations across the world. So notice that I don't need to change anything from the template. I'm just filling in the blanks. In contrast, it is commonly known as the fact that I have to talk about same thing. The biggest concern is the money from corporate sponsors. So that's directly from the question, corporate sponsors here can harm. So we're going to talk about negative side here. So between the two, let's choose harm. We can harm our community, or you can, you can say school. Okay, depending on the question. So harm our communities. Doesn't matter. It's not going to make that much of a difference anyway. Nevertheless, this statement does hold water to some extent. Moreover, it should be pointed out that there are various, remember we're using negative connotations here, so let's choose concerns. There are various concerns, such as another examples of the drawbacks and downside of this, such as they use the word exploits children, so exploiting